I don't know, something about being in my 30s just makes me feel like maybe I'll finally have my shit together. Hey everybody, my name is Sam. Welcome back to my channel. I don't know if you guys know this. I feel like I mentioned it at least once, but I recently, and by recently I mean back in January, turned 30. So I thought it would be fun today to do the over 30 book tag, which was originally created by Ink Not Blood, and I was tagged by Carrie at Carrie Louise Reads, and I will link both of those videos in the description, as you do. You guys know how tags work. I say that in every tag video. I should be more original sometime, but this is what you get. This tag is only like 6 questions long, which I think is nice. It's like short, sweet, to the point. But these prompts are like actually weirdly deep, and it gave me like a minor existential crisis when I was thinking about it. So like, that's kind of fun. Anyway, I'm just gonna do it. So question 1. Name one of your favorite books that features a protagonist who is 30 years old or older. And for that, I have A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. I've talked about these books several times, but the protagonist in this, Diana Bishop, is in her early to mid 30s, and she is a scholar and a professor of history, and she is brilliant and wonderful, and then her love interest is even older because he's a vampire. My phone just locked and it has the questions on it. Get your shit together, Sam, you're 30. Question 2. Name a book that represents who you were when you were younger. I don't know where my physical copy of this book went. I loaned it to somebody like 3 or 4 years ago and never got it back, which is kind of a bummer. But that book is Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist by Rachel Cohn and David Levithan. The character of Nora is teenage me. I've said it before, I'll say it again. She just is like surly and sarcastic as a way of like covering up just deep insecurities that she has with herself, and I definitely felt that on a deep personal level when I read it at age like 17. Question 3. Name a book that represents where you are in your life now. This one was really hard for me. I couldn't figure out how to answer this question, but I'm going with A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers, and specifically the character of Sidra in this book. She is an AI who gets put into an organic seeming body, and she is trying to overcome her initial programming, things like being overly accommodating and too nice to people and not knowing how to say no, and she's trying to overcome that and figure out what she really wants for herself and how to go about getting what she really wants for herself. And that's something that I've been working on for myself for the last year or so, just really learning how to stand up for what I want instead of just doing what people expect from me. Question 4. Name a book that represents something that has never changed about you. The character of Kim from Scott Pilgrim, but specifically the thing about her that is the most representative of who I am as a person and who I have always been as a person, is her very dry, sarcastic, somewhat self-deprecating but mostly insulting to others sense of humor. Question 5. Name one of your favorite classics. I have 2 answers for this because I can never pick just one. One is like more of a classic, I guess, but it's still more of a modern classic, and that is falling apart. Lord of the Flies by William Golding. I love this book. And then one of my favorite classic sci-fis, which is The Day of the Triffids by John Wyndham. This book is the first book that I ever read that made me realize how much I love killer plants. And finally, question 6. Name a book that you like or would like to read that was published in the year you were born. For me, that is 1989. And I actually just recently finished a book that was published in the year I was born that was fucking phenomenal, and that is Imago by Octavia Butler. That is the third book in the Xenogenesis / Lilith's Brood series, and that series, like, I feel like I got more attached to it with each book, and it was just, oh, it's so good. It's about aliens and their relationship with humans, and it just comments on like race and gender and sexuality and human nature, and it's a compelling story even if it weren't making social commentary, but like it's just so fucking good. That was my over 30 book tag, and I suppose I should tag some people. I am going to tag Abby from Abby Mac Reads, who is one of my wonderful friends and one of my favorite over 30 booktubers, and I'm also going to tag Rebecca and Sarah, the T-Hags, who I am pretty sure are my age. If I'm wrong, boy don't I feel stupid. But anyway, that's it from me. Have a great day, guys. Bye.